What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my prediction video for UFC Fight Night Aljo versus Zalal. We are back at the Apex. And honestly, look, I know a lot of people hate the Apex, but I don't mind it that much. I really don't. I just did a video about ranting about the UFC. I think the scheduling is the worst part. I feel like if they did less events, they could put really entertaining fights or ranked fighters on the Apex card. You know what I mean? But that's not the point of this video. Today, like I said, predictions on each fight. And I will say before I start, I skipped 3 fights by accident. They were late notice. Cody Durden versus hold on, let me pull him up. We got Max Griffin versus Victor Venezuela. I'm gonna go with Max Griffin. Actually, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go with Victor Venezuela, round 2 TKO. Then we got Francis Marshall versus Lucas Brennan. I'm gonna go with round 1 submission. And then Rafael Filo versus Cody Durden. I will go with a round 1 submission. But if I get those wrong, I'm not going to hold it to my score because, I don't have them up. But let's get to the actual fights I did do, starting with the first fight of the night, Talita Alencar versus Julia Palastri. Alencar is not that good. Coming off of a win against Arena Carnello. Carnell OC. There we go. Arena Carnelosi. There we go. Win over Vanessa Dumopoulos, which I guess that's her best win, I think. And then I lost to Stephanie Luciano. Juliana Palastri coming off a win against, holy shit. I really gotta practice saying these names before, but Karolina Kowalski. Karolina Kowalski. Yeah, I'll just say that. Her loss against Lupita Gondinez. That's not that bad. Lupita's, even though she just lost to who she just lose to? UFC 327 by submission. Tatiana Suarez. Yeah, that's not that bad of a loss. And I'm just gonna be blunt. I'm gonna go with Palastri. Alencar fucking sucks. I guess her best thing is BJJ. She doesn't even have good wrestling. I guess she has good trips every now and then, but she is not the best wrestling. Her striking, watching back her fights, it reminds me of Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes 2. I understand Pena won the first fight, but in the second fight where Pena just ran in, throwing hands, just like a fucking Looney Tunes character, it reminded me of that. She's got no striking whatsoever. She's very flat-footed, really questionable gas tank, not the best at all. And she just gets pushed back so much. It's so easy to pressure her. Palastri, she's got pretty good striking, not bad grappling, good cardio. And the thing WMMA fighters do, and even male fighters, she just doesn't throw a lot. She gets too comfortable at times. I'm just gonna have to go with 29-28 Palastri. Maybe around 3 TKO. Honestly, I could see it because I think the cardio from Palastri is gonna really shine against Alencar, and Alencar just sucks. Or we could just see a boring 29-28 win for Palastri. Alencar needs to get cut after this fight. Even if she wins, she sucks. On to Mayra Bueno Silva versus Michelle Montague. Bueno Silva coming off, I think it's a 4-fight losing streak. Jacqueline Cavalcante, Jasmine Judavicius, Macy Chiasson, bad to the bone, Macy Chiasson. Michelle Montague coming off a win against Luana Carolina, Marilia Moras, Carolina Sobek. Hey, Sobek, Egyptian god. Shout out Sobek. Anyways, honestly, I see the odds. You know, I see a lot of people say, "Oh, Montague's just gonna run through Bueno Silva." I saw some guy say, "This is Bueno Silva's hardest test." No, no, it's not. I'm still going with Montague, but I could really see an upset from Bueno Silva. Montague, her striking is dog shit. Dog shit. Like bottom of the barrel dog shit. Her wrestling is really good. I'll give her that. And her gas tank is actually questionable too. But Bueno Silva's not the best, really. 4-fight losing streak. Yeah, it's to like decent comp, but still, Montague's second fight in the UFC. Her striking is shit. She's just waiting to get. I wouldn't say fraud checked, but yeah, I get yeah, yeah. I'll go with yeah. She's waiting to get fraud checked by someone who has decent takedown defense and can just piece her up on the feet. Really, but I don't see Bueno Silva doing that. But then again, man, we've seen crazier things. We've seen Pena versus Amanda Nunes 1. You know, I don't think Montague should be that high of a favorite. That's just what I think. I do see Montague winning, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as everyone says. Next up, Jackson McVeigh versus Cedric Dumas. Jackson McVeigh coming off his two losses in the UFC, Zach Reese and Bruno Ferreira, and then a win in a different organization to Mateo Garner. Cedric Dumas coming off a loss against Dante Johnson, a no contest against Zach Reese, and a loss against Mikhail Olivjachik. Jackson McVeigh, questionable cardio. Some of the fights I've watched, he he's not like he kind of if he gets taken down, he kind of just lays there, so that's a bit worrisome sometimes. But he's really good in the clinch. We saw that with the Zach Reese fight. This guy was throwing elbows from hell, man. I don't even think this guy threw an actual punch. I think it was all just elbows and knees. Really good in the clinch. He's got a brown belt, so his BJJ is pretty decent. You know, it's not bad. His striking overall is not that bad, excluding from the elbows and clinch I just talked about. He uses his long reach good. But yeah, and he just doesn't have that good of wrestling. Cedric Dumas, that loss against Dante Johnson, not looking too good. You know, Dante Johnson just had a shit performance against Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage of all people. The no contest against Zach Reese, that doesn't mean anything. Mikhail Jacek, that's not that bad of a loss because I think Mikhail is pretty good. You know, he's not top 10 material, but he's pretty good. He's a wacky fighter. In the Dante Johnson fight, he did give that shit up. Like, he just gave up. He quit. He's low-key a shit fighter. I'm just going to be honest. He's got experience. He used to be a kickboxer. He's got good leg kicks. So he's not that bad in the striking department, you know? And I maybe if Dumas were to win, I think the leg kicks are going to be a huge factor in this. Terrible ground game and just low fight IQ. I mean, listen, I'm not making stereotypes or anything, but just the shit he's done in the octagon, it's low fight IQ, man. It's low fight. And I feel like at this point, he's just winning or he's just fighting to get money because he does have a criminal background. But that's not I'm not taking that shit into consideration, okay? I'm not. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'm just going to have to go with a McVeigh round 1 TKO. I think an elbow could split Dumas up, and then Dumas just kind of crumbles. He just kind of quits. He's not really in the game anymore. But who knows? Maybe we could see an upset from Dumas. McVeigh gets cut. Whoever loses is getting cut no matter what. But yeah. Next up, Rodolfo Vieira versus Eric McConico. Vieira just got brutally KO'd by Bo Nickel. Then on a win over Treson Gore, which that's actually not that bad of a win. We just saw Gore have a crazy performance against Azamat Bekoev. Is his first name Azamat? Yeah, I think it is Azamat Bekoev. There we go. Sorry. And then his loss against Andre Petroski, that's not the best. You know, he's the BJJ guy. He's done a bunch of shit. But Joe Rogan's like, oh, but he did gi BJJ. That's a huge difference. I mean, yeah, but still, I honestly think his BJJ is a bit overrated. I'm not gonna lie. His striking's definitely gotten a lot better. He looked, it was just all striking against Gore and just picked him apart kind of. So that's pretty good. He's kind of stationary, no crazy movement, no head movement. He used to have bad cardio. We saw that with the Hernandez fight. But then again, that's Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. So is his cardio not that bad? I don't think so. I think he's probably worked on it, so it's gotten a lot better. Especially with the Bo Nickel, he wasn't fading at all. Even though he lost, he wasn't fading. Eric McConaughey coming off a loss against um, Baigon Baisangor Susakayev. This might be a hot take. I don't think Susakayev is that good, man. I don't think he's that good. Going into the third round with Eric McConaughey, I don't know. And then fuck. I fucked that up. I put Cody Brundage twice. He did win against Cody Brundage. He did. I think the third fight. Oh, who was it against? I'm trying to remember. Oh, Nur Sultan Ruzaboyev, where he got brutally KO'd in the second round. Overall, McConaughey was just, he's not a bad fighter. He's just a mid fighter, okay? He's just mid. He's too patient at times. He doesn't have that bad takedown defense, and I honestly don't think his chin is that bad. I think Susakayev is probably a hard hitter, so is Rusaboyev. So I don't think he's that bad with the chin. But I'm still going to have to go with 29-28 Vieira. It's honestly a pick'em fight. I don't see this being a domination from Vieira. In my opinion, McConaughey, he kind of seems like he's like Tresean Gore, and Gore versus Vieira. Gore was really, I think, like hesitant because of the takedown threat. Because like, oh, Vieira's this BJJ guy. He's not really. He's not overrated, kind of in MMA. Anyways, I think McConaughey was probably gonna get a little hesitant and not do a lot because of the threat of the takedown. So I do think he's gonna win Vieira. I do think Vieira's gonna win, honestly. Next up, Marcus Buchecha versus Ryan Spann. Buchecha coming off a draw against Kennedy Nuzuchuku. That was only a draw because he got eye poked, point taken away from Kennedy. Otherwise, he would have lost and been cut from the UFC. Lost against Martin Budai, which is terrible. And then Amir Alikabari. This is another BJJ guy. Ryan Spann, on the other hand, lost a win over Lucas Brzezinski. And then a loss against Waldo Cortez Acosta, which is not that bad. That's Waldo Cortez Acosta is good. We've been noticing that. And then a win over OSP Guillotine. This is going to be quick. I just think Spann is going to TKO him. I don't get how Spann is an underdog in this. Buchecha is fucking ass. He's got, good BJJ. All right wrestling. He's strong. But his cardio and his striking is dog shit. Dog shit. I will say he's got a pretty good chin. Okay, I'll give him that. But his striking and cardio is dog shit. He's gassed in both of his fights. Losing against Martin Buday is not that good. It really isn't. He's got good ground and pound when he gets on top, but still, like, I think Ryan Spann, he's powerful. He's a bit of a grappler. I think a lot of people know him, including myself, as kind of a striker. He brutally KO'd Dominic Reyes. He's got some. He got a lot of KOs, but he's honestly got underrated grappling. He's got a really good guillotine, good timing, and he didn't look that bad against Cortez Acosta, which is really good. Sometimes he overreaches. He's got good forward pressure. He used to be light heavyweight, but now this is his third fight at heavyweight. Lighter man skill still. But, dude, I just think Ryan Spann is going to survive against Buchecha and his takedowns, light him up, and then eventually, honestly, this fight is just battle of nutrition because this could end up being in the third round. Both of these guys are gassed. But then again, I think if Ryan Spann is able to defend the takedowns, that's going to be more work for Buchecha trying to get them. He's going to get it gassed quicker. And to be honest, Marcus Buchecha, he just looks like he has a bad gas tank. He really does. I could just see it. Ryan Spann, I think he's not elite gas tank, but I could just see him being able to hang in there, maybe 30, 27, 29, 28. But I just think it's going to be round 3 TKO. Buchecha gives up, and he gets cut. Next up, Montel Jackson. Here we go versus Ronnie Barcelos. Ronnie Barcelos finally gets a ranked opponent. Ronnie Barcelos is underrated. Montel Jackson coming off of a terrible loss against Davison Figueiredo, who looks extremely old. He looked extremely old in that fight. A win over Daniel Marcos, which is good. And then that viral 1-2 KO over Damon Blackshear, which was crazy. Ronnie Barcelos coming off a win against Ricky Simone, a win over Cody Garbrandt, and then a win over Peyton Talbot. Those are pretty good wins. Those are pretty good wins. We've seen his wrestling skills with the Talbot fight. We've seen his skills in the Ricky Simone fight with his striking. And we've seen both of them, the striking and wrestling, against Cody Garbrandt. Montel Jackson. Dude, this guy is a bantamweight Leon Edwards. It really is. He's got good kicks. I think Leon is probably more sound defense-wise. Montel Jackson, he has a terrible habit of hands super low on the back foot, and he backs up with his chin high. He's got low-key good ground game. He's got good stand-ups. He's super fast. That's why he reminds me of Leon, not because he's black too, but also because he doesn't throw a lot at all. In the Figgy fight, he kind of threw that away because he didn't throw at all. He was too patient. He was too hesitant, whatever it was. I don't know. He's got good counters, decent pop. I think the Damon Blackshear, that KO, that was just a perfect, crisp 1-2 down the pipe. I don't think he's got like super good power. Ronnie Barcelos, good grappling. He's got really good timing. You know, he lulls you in with the striking, and then eventually when you think he's gonna like keep going, or you are gonna be like, all right, now it's my turn to fight back, he shoots a double. It's really good. He's got really good counter wrestling too. You know, we saw that with the Ricky Simone fight. Quick hands, really good cardio. We've seen that like all these fights that are on the screen went to a decision. He not really slowed down at all in those fights. He's got good calf kicks, fast hands, quick reflexes, not a lot of pop like Montel Jackson. And yeah, I like his movement too. The thing is, though, he is getting up in age, so that's a bit worrisome. It really is. But I gotta go with my boy Ronnie Barcelos, 29-28. I think Barcelos, if he makes it a chaotic and fast-paced fight, that's going to be super good. Jackson doesn't like chaos. He likes to keep it technical. Chain wrestling is going to be super important for Barcelos. And also, here's a little thing that I don't think a lot of people think of for this fight, and also in general, and also, it may not mean anything, but the Apex Octagon is smaller than a pay-per-view one, or like a special fight night. And I think that's better for Barcelos. You know, Jackson has less room to move around in, kind of harder to defend the takedown. And maybe I'm overthinking it, but that's what I think. That's a factor. Or who knows, we could just see a Montel Jackson 1-2 KO and Ronnie Barcelos retires. Not retires, but just never touches the ranks again. Next up, Davy Grant versus Juan Adrian Martinetti. Davy Grant just got brutally subbed by Charles Jourdain, brutally knocked down with a flying knee. Then, guillotined. Went over Damon Blackshear, went over Roman Tavares. Martinetti just had a crazy win over Mark Vlogadin, Jesus Flores, and Giovanni Meza. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I don't want to talk about it because I'm ashamed, but I think Martinetti is going to 29-28, Davy Grant. We could see a crafty performance from Davy Grant, but I don't know, man. Now that I think about it, Mark Vlogadin, is he this beast that we imagined? Yeah, kind of. But he I would say he basically lost against who was the guy he just fought against? Um Castaneda. Or maybe Castaneda's just good, you know. But I think Davy Grant is just too old. He's like 41. Martinetti, good striking, really good cardio. I just think the age is going to be the biggest factor in this. We could, like I said, see a Davy Grant crafty win, but I think Martinetti's a better striker than Damon Blackshear. He's got pretty good grappling IQ too. He does the things right, and he's got great cardio. Both of these guys have great cardio. Martinetti, we saw that with the Volo Volo Volodine. I forget how they said it. We saw that with that fight. I don't know. I just see a 29-28 Davy Grant. I mean, a 29-28 Martinetti win. I think this is gonna be a banger though. I'm excited for this. Let's just get on to the next one. Rafa Garcia versus Alexander Hernandez. Rafa Garcia just got a third round TKO against Jared Gordon, a win over Vince Pichel, and then a loss against Grant Dawson. Alex Hernandez originally was supposed to fight Michael Johnson. There was some stuff about that. Had to cancel. A win over Diego Ferreira, a win over Chase Hooper, and a win over Kurt Hollowball. Listen, I think this is a layup. I think Rafa Garcia sucks. I'm not gonna lie. He had a low key, a close fight against Jared Gordon. In that fight, right? Garcia, he's fast twitched. I'll give him that. He's he's got decent power. He's got good pop. I'll say that too. And he fast twitch. He moves around a lot. Like head movement, it's pretty good. He's got a really good chin. I'll say that. Good takedown timings and defense. Quick hands. But once again, he's one of these fighters that sometimes doesn't do a lot. He had a close fight against Vince, whatever, Pichel. And Vince Pichel fucking sucks. That could have honestly been a 30-27 Vince Pichel rather than a 30-27 Rafa Garcia. That's crazy. And in the Jared Gordon fight, both of the guys were landing, right? Jared looked so fucking old. He came in with a knee sleeve, man. He came in with the fucking knee sleeve. And it took him 3 rounds, and he was getting hit a lot. And it was super weird because, like, when Jared Gordon was throwing, right, super, super fast, some of them weren't landing. But when Jared Gordon would just move his hand in the direction of Garcia at not even like a fast speed, like kind of like a slow speed, it would land. Like he was just touching Garcia easily with a jab. It reminded me of that famous Michael J. White clip with Kimbo Slice, where Michael J. White was like, "Hold your hand out and try to avoid my punch." Kimbo Slice easily avoided when Michael J. White just went really fast. And then Michael J. White was like, "Okay, one more time." And then Michael barely like picked speed up. Like he wasn't even going fast. It was super slow, right? And it hit Kimbo Slice's hand because it was kind of like I don't know, like a mental trick in a way. It reminded me of that because Garcia was getting touched a lot and it wasn't even fast punches, you know? Alex Hernandez has looked really good in his past 2 fights. He's improved a lot. His new, like, he's more of a lateral movement type of guy now, uh, especially from before. He's incorporated that really well. I really like that for him. He's gotten super patient, which is good. He's got good reflexes, got good defense, super fast in general. Yeah, he's just evolved really nicely, and I do honestly, I rate Alexander Hernandez pretty highly. You know, I could see him being in the top 15. So that's why I'm gonna have to go with the round 2 Hernandez TKO. I think it's maybe similar to the Diego Ferreira fight. Rafa Garcia has to follow Hernandez. Hernandez is moving left and right, front back, super well. And I could see Garcia just getting over aggressive and easily countered by Hernandez. Right hook, Maybe literally the same thing. He knocked out Diego with a like a counter elbow. Could easily see that. They remind me of them, Garcia and Diego. They kind of are similar. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I think this is a layup then over Diego Ferreira. Listen, the Chase Super win. It's not looking that good now, but still, I think that's a decent win. So yeah, co-main event: Norma Dumont versus Jocelyn Edwards. Norma Dumont, close fight against Ketlin Vieira. Pre Jalton Almeida, where like damage mattered less and control time mattered more. She would have lost that fight, but since Almeida came in, judges think of it differently. She won it because of damage. Jocelyn Edwards has been coming up a lot. She was looking like a mid fighter, and she's looking better now. Win over Nora Canole, Priscilla Kekurera, and Chelsea Chandler, finishing all three of those. I think she's on a 4-fight winning streak, finishing all of them, which is pretty good. But I think Dumont is just going to get this 29-28. I think it's going to be a fun scrap. I really do. I could see Edwards in the first round, feeling confident, going out there, landing some, and then Dumont just gets the takedowns, throws off the rhythm of Jocelyn Edwards, and she probably could do that a couple times, throwing off the Edwards rhythm and shit like that. And yeah, I just want to get to the main event, man. Norma Dumont, 29-28. And now, the main event, Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal. Aljo, coming off a kind of impressive win over Brian Ortega, showcased his striking in that entire fight. Looked pretty good with the striking. I think his striking is underrated. No power. Aljo is no power at all, but he's got pretty good pop. Really close loss against Movsar Evloev. He honestly, when I first watched it, I thought he got robbed. Watched it back. No, he lost, but only because he wasn't doing a lot on the ground. He got the control time, but Movsar, he was just doing more, and that's the narrative. It really is. Aljo just didn't do enough. He could have landed a few like pitter patter ground and pound, and he probably could have won that. Pretty dominant win over Calvin Kattar, it's Calvin Kattar. Yusuf Zalal coming off I wouldn't even say impressive win over Josh Emmett. Win over Calvin Kattar, and then a win over Jack Shore. Who has this guy fucking beat, dude? Who has he beat? His best accomplishment, really, in this, I don't think this is a hot take at all. His best accomplishment is taking Ilia Topuria to a decision and not getting KO'd. That's pretty much it. He lost that fight, but just because he didn't get KO'd, that's like the whole thing about Yusuf Zalal. I just got to go with the 48-47 Sterling, man. People forget, man. People forget. This is going to be one of those performances. Aljo, I think he's being severely underrated in this fight. Maybe because he's a bit older, but still, Yusuf Zalal, I'm not on the hype train. I don't think he's a bad fighter. He's a good fighter, but I'm seriously not on the hype train. He's fast. He really is. He's got no power, kind of like Aljo. Really good knees, fast movement, fast hands, good cardio, good grappling BJJ. Sometimes he looks slow as fuck, but it's fast. You know what I mean? In his knockout against Jack Shore, that knee, I don't even know how to explain it, but him throwing that knee, it looked like he was in slow motion. It really was. It's a weird thing. But Aljo, dude, this guy has a win over Peter Yan. And I'm not talking about the first fight where he got kneed and then he gave up, or not gave up, but just it was a no contest. I'm talking about in this I almost said sequel. The rematch. He won against Peter Yan. That's impressive. He almost won against Movsar Evloev. That's impressive. We know he's got really good grappling. He's got really good wrestling. Really good gas tank. He's been in a lot of 5-rounders. Sometimes his chin is high as fuck, but I don't think that's going to really matter in this fight because Yusuf Zalal has no power at all. He's a bit hittable too, I guess. And I think the worst thing about him is he can get overzealous. He can get a little too confident, you know? In the Sean O'Malley fight, I think if he shot more takedowns, I know he shot some and O'Malley, got back on his feet or stuffed him, but I think he went into that fight thinking like, "Oh, I got to prove myself with the striking," you know? And he got pulled back countered KO'd. But dude, who the fuck is Yusuf Zalal, man? Who has he fought? Josh Emmett? A washed Josh Emmett? A washed Calvin Kattar? Jack Shore? Are you fucking kidding me? 48-47 Sterling. People forget performance. After this fight, people are going to be like, holy shit, Aljo is that good. Aljo is that good. I'm impressed with Aljo's performance. I will say, I low-key. You ready? Come close, come close. I could low-key see a KO from Yusuf Zalal. Similar. If there's ever a KO in this fight, it's going to be from Zalal with a knee up the middle as Aljo shoots. And it's going to be super fucking similar to the Morales KO over Aljo. Perfectly timed knee / head kick. But hey, I don't see that happening. I'm just saying if there's a KO, it's going to be from that. I think Aljo is better with the grappling, 100%. Yusuf Zalal might have a little bit of an advantage over with the striking, but still, this is gonna be a performance where it'll be like, oh, we counted out Aljo. We counted out Aljamain Sterling. He used to be a bantamweight champ for a fucking reason, dude. For a reason. This is gonna be a people forget type of performance, man. Let's go, Aljo. Give it up for Aljo. All right, those are my predictions, breakdown for each fight. Sorry I didn't do those three. And before I end it, I just want to say this Saturday for this fight night, I'm going to be doing my first ever UFC live stream companion with my buddy Coop. It's gonna be fun. I'm really excited. Really looking forward to it. It's gonna be here on YouTube. Tune in, stop by, say what's up. Give me some of your predictions. You know what I mean? You don't have to say the whole time. Just say what's up. But every now and then, I plan to do these, depending on how this weekend goes. I'm just super excited. So stop by, say what's up, talk some UFC with me. I'd love it. I'd love to get into some deep convos. Give me some of your hot takes. I'll rate them. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Catch you this weekend maybe, or catch you in the next one. See ya.